All right, good morning, everyone. Hi, Janmanjay. Hi, Divyansh. Hi, Nachiket. Good morning, Gopal. Hi, Dhwaj. Hi, Aditya. All right. So last class में मैंने आप लोगों को क्वांटम थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट के बारे में बताया था. Based on that, I had asked you to work on couple of questions. Were you guys able to attempt those questions? Good, great. बोलो गोपाल.
So the wording of the last question in the DPP was very weird.
DPP 13 में जो मैंने आपको दिया था.
Yes, sir. उसका last question.
It's on the same lines ना जो अपन ने question discuss किया था.
So because I thought कि it absorbs both fluorescent light and that light of wavelength 5000, and then it also releases fluorescent light.
नहीं. Fluorescence is all emitted.
Acha, okay. So because it says it absorbs light of certain wavelength and then fluorescent light of wavelength 5000.
And then emits. मतलब वो emits and fluorescence. Like fluorescence itself is about emitting of light.
Oh, acha, okay, so.
बोलो ध्रुविल.
I have a doubt in DPP question number 3A.
हाँ, DPP का discussion, question का discussion हम लोग करते हैं. We'll do it in the discussion session that we have scheduled. I think tomorrow ही है.
No, sir.
हाँ,
Sir, and
discuss कर
sir,
लेंगे.
what is this? HC is equals to 12400 EV.
वो मैं आज आपको कराऊंगा. That is something
Okay,
which we are going to discuss today. Okay, so let's focus on the topic for the day, which is photoelectric effect. Now, इस experiment का नाम हम लोगों ने last class में भी discuss किया था, and I had talked about this is one of those experiments which wasn't quite well explained by the wave theory of light. Now, what was the drawback that wave theory faced? Okay, first of all, what was the experiment? What was the drawback that wave theory faced, and how Albert Einstein used quantum theory of light to present how this experiment was, and not just subjectively but also mathematically come up with calculations to explain what was happening in this experiment. एक-एक करके देखेंगे. So let's first start off with what the experiment is. It's a very simple setup. So when certain metals such as potassium, rubidium, cesium, right? Deliberately I'm talking about these metals because these metals easily lose electron. Okay, so when these metals, they are exposed to a beam of light, to some incident radiation, then electrons get ejected from them. And this is something called as photoelectric effect. Now when this is to be studied, इसका एक setup इस तरीके से रहेगा that you will have a setup inside a vacuum. ठीक है, why vacuum? Because we don't want gas particles or gas atoms to interfere in the process. We have a plate, a metal surface present inside a vacuum. When light strikes over it, okay, we will have a glass plate so that the light can come and strike over the metal plate. Electrons get ejected from this metal surface. Now, of course, we can't see those electrons. We devise a way to detect them. So the way is that in front of this metal plate, you have a collector plate or a detector plate. And these electrons, when they strike the detector plate, a circuit is complete, okay, connecting the detector and the metal surface. An external circuit gets completed, and faint readings of current, okay, quite faint, very sensitive instrument would be required, starts to flicker. That means in this circuit, there will be a current that would be running. And why would that current be? Because the electrons will be completing this circuit. Okay, they will be coming from this metal surface onto this detector plate and then going and completing this circuit. In fact, this is something which has a lot of modern day applications also. In these photovoltaic cells, or even a very common application is in the lifts, okay, in the elevators that you see in the offices or common household. They also work on this principle of photoelectric effect. How they work is that they, on one side of the lift there is a panel which emits light, and on the other side there are these you know metal surfaces, jinme se if the light comes in, they eject electrons and a circuit is there. But let's say if you place your hand in between, you block the light, then the circuit gets broken and the lift ka gate doesn't close in. Okay? So this is a very common simple setup of photoelectric effect. Okay? Just give me one moment, guys. I'll be back. Give me just 2 minutes. Yeah, sorry guys. Now coming back. अच्छा दक्ष का माइंड ब्लोइंग क्वेश्चन है, sir, is the electric current generated by this light enough to function the lift? Daksh, as much as I like appreciate your question, it is not the lift which is working based upon how this photoelectric effect experiment. It is just the sensor that is there which closes or you know opens the door. That is it. It's more of a sensor rather than a source of current. ठीक है? ओके, सो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट का ये सेटअप था. अब इसकी ऑब्जर्वेशंस कैसी थी आप यहाँ पे नोटिस करो. ठीक है, किस तरीके से है द फिनोमेना ऑफ फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. ठीक है, द रिजल्ट दैट वी सी, उसको कुछ सिंपल बुलेट पॉइंट्स के फॉर्म में हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे एस्टैब्लिश करा हुआ है. नोटिस करना. Number one, the first observation was that these electrons, okay, when they are ejected from the metal surface, they almost instantaneously reach the other side. Okay, there is hardly any time lag. It happens almost instantaneously. Then दूसरा important observation देखना इस photoelectric effect का, that the number of electrons ejected or photocurrent is proportional to the intensity of the light. Now, what do I mean by this intensity or brightness? ठीक है, यहाँ से हम लोग अगर ज्यादा intense light throw करते हैं, more energy, more bright light, then in this experiment what we see is that ये जो photocurrent का readings है, ये जो small I से मैंने represent कर रखा है, इसकी values बढ़ जाती हैं. ठीक है. Then for metals, यहाँ पे आप notice करना, an interesting observation that came out. Okay, this was something which was you can say more of a drawback which wave theory wasn't able to explain, is that in or for a certain metal, for each metal, what we found out that there was a characteristic frequency, okay, a minimum frequency below which photoelectric effect was not observed. So let's say यहाँ पर you have potassium metal, ठीक है, and you can strike different light or different wavelengths of radiation on it. Now, for example, let's say I talk about visible radiation. So do you remember visible radiation mein what was the order of frequency? Violet and red were the two extremes. Okay, this was a higher frequency and this was a lower frequency. Okay, just as an example ले रहा हूं मैं. Now, अब इसमें what was getting observed as the third point was that there used to be a particular frequency, okay, some threshold frequency above which अगर frequency है incident radiation की, incident light की, तो photoelectric effect observe होगा. But अगर उसके below है तो photoelectric effect observe नहीं होगा. This was something which wave theory wasn't able to explain well, because according to the wave theory, ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे notice करना, intensity जो था of a light that was proportional to its energy. सो अगर मैं इंटेंसिटी बढ़ा रहा था, ठीक है, आई वॉज striking more energy on the metal, more electrons were getting ejected and photo current was increasing. ठीक है, इतना पार्ट समझ में आ रहा था. बट अगर जो लाइट में थ्रो कर रहा हूं उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी म्यू नॉट से कम है, ठीक है, इफ इट इज लेस देन म्यू नॉट, देन नो मैटर हाउ इंटेंस द बीम वाज, देयर वाज नो फोटो करंट. ठीक है, सो फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से अगर थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी जो था वो विजिबल में ही कहीं पर लाए कर रहा था, ठीक है, न्यू नॉट, तो उससे हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी जैसे वायलेट लाइट अगर मैं थ्रो कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, देन इफ आई इंक्रीज, और वायलेट लाइट थ्रो करने से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इजेक्ट हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, एंड इफ आई इंक्रीज द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द intensity of the violet light, then what was happening was that the number of electrons also got increased. ठीक है, the photoelectric effect, the current also got increased. ठीक है, now अगर उस फ्रीक्वेंसी से कम, लेट्स से मैं रेड लाइट यूज करता हूं, then it doesn't matter how much intense beam I throw. Even if I take a red powerful laser, still there was no photocurrent that was observed. So this became a dilemma, this became a problem which the scientists at that point in time weren't able to answer, because according to them, more the intensity, more should be the energy, and as a consequence, the photoelectrons should have come out. But the reality was something else. Now, Albert Einstein uses the quantum theory of light to try and explain this. Okay. Will any of one of you, based on the quantum theory of light that we have studied in the last class, would try and take an attempt at it? What exactly would be the reason for this third point? All right, so we have Gopal. Bolo Gopal.
So we studied the energy of a photon is dependent on the frequency of the light. So then it's possible that the electrons that are revolving in shells around the atoms, they require a particular amount of energy to be ejected. So now if the frequency does not, if the frequency isn't sufficient, since frequency is directly proportional to the energy carried by the photon, if the frequency is not sufficient, it will never provide that kind of energy that is required for the electron to leave the atom.
Correct. Very well said. ठीक है, मैं इसको थोड़ा और सिंप्लीफाई कर देता हूँ फॉर एवरीवन एल्स टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. तो यहाँ पर अब आप नोटिस करना, व्हाट एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन सेड वाज दैट वेव थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट, ठीक है, वेव थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट यहाँ तक तो ठीक है, दैट इंटेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू एनर्जी, और टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग इंटेंसिटी इज एनर्जी पर यूनिट एरिया पर यूनिट टाइम. However, what wave theory lacked was the understanding that this energy of the incoming radiation isn't something which is just dependent on frequency or wavelength. Rather, it is quantized in the following way. It is dependent on number of photons as well as the energy of each photon. And Albert Einstein suggested that we need to look at these two things separately in order to understand the above observations. So now what Albert Einstein does is he tries to explain how things are happening at an atomic level. Okay, so you have a metal atom, right, in which say there are many electrons, and those electrons are bound to the nucleus. So in order to remove that electron, what is happening is that at an atomic scale, it is a photon which is doing that job. That photon is incident on a metal atom, and if that individual photon is capable of ejecting electron, that means the frequency of that photon, the energy of that photon is capable of overcoming the attraction between nucleus and electron, then only the electron gets ejected. Otherwise, the electron won't get ejected. So if you have, say, a photon of blue light, blue light or violet light, maybe it has got sufficient energy to eject that electron. But say if you had the photon of a red light, which is of a, say, lower frequency, then it might not be capable enough of ejecting this electron. And that explains why there is this concept of minimum frequency, above which only photoelectric effect can occur. Below which the photoelectric effect is not observed because that individual photon isn't capable. The second point, which was related to the intensity. So Albert Einstein suggested that intensity is actually more dependent on the number of photons. कोई आप सोर्स ऑफ रेडिएशन है, आप उसकी इंटेंसिटी जब कम ज्यादा करते हो, तो what you are actually doing is you are increasing its number or decreasing its number of photon. So let's say if you had a blue light ka photon which was capable of ejecting electrons, that individual photon itself was energetic enough, then if you increase the intensity, if you increase the number of photons, then more electrons will get ejected and more photocurrent will be seen. Okay? But if you have, say, a red light ka photon, where the individual photon isn't capable of ejecting electron, then intensity won't matter. आप कितने ही photons throw कर लो, अगर individual photon ही capable नहीं है to eject electrons, then it isn't something which is going to show photoelectric effect. Now, the scientific community at that point in time, because Albert Einstein was again a big shot, so they were like, ठीक है, but can we get some proof of this? जो आपने सोचा है, ठीक है? Can we get some mathematical understanding? Can we get some experimental proof of how it will be correct? तो उसके लिए then Albert Einstein went into the details also, and he presented an equation. ठीक है, किस तरीके से आप यहाँ पे नोटिस करना, ठीक है? He presented a mathematical explanation also, which is in the following way: that energy of the photon that is going to strike upon the metal plate is going to be used in two ways. One will be to eject the electron. That will be the minimum energy required to eject the electron out of the metal atom. We'll call that as work function, or we'll also call it as threshold energy. And the remaining energy of that photon, it gets imparted to the ejected electron as its kinetic energy. एक बार इलेक्ट्रॉन एटम से निकल गया तो it's a free electron, and that free electron would be having certain kinetic energy, so it should be governed by this equation. ठीक है, इसको आप इस तरीके से वन फोटोन वन इलेक्ट्रॉन इक्वेशन भी बोल सकते हो, that एक फोटोन आया, एक एटम पे स्ट्राइक करा, एंड उसका इलेक्ट्रॉन रिजेक्ट करा के it imparted certain kinetic energy to it. ठीक है, this symbol phi, ठीक है, सिंबल को ऐसे ये सर्कल के ऊपर क्रॉस जो लगाया हुआ है, इसको हम लोग ऐसे phi phi बोलते हैं. ठीक है, this is called as a work function or threshold energy, which depends upon the metal. ठीक है, it is the minimum energy required to eject the electron out of that metal atom. ठीक है, and once that electron is ejected, the remaining energy is imparted as kinetic energy to that ejected electron. ठीक है. So आप लोगों को ये एक्सप्लेनेशन समझ में आया क्वांटम थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट का? हाँ, इसमें एक एक करके मैं आपके डाउट्स लेता हूँ. बोलो कृति.
Sir, so the energy of the photon, it was dependent upon the intensity of the light
No,
to
no.
eject out.
Intensity is dependent on number of photons primarily. ठीक है. आपके पास में कोई सोर्स ऑफ रेडिएशन है. ठीक है. You have some source. ठीक है.
Yes.
Let's say that source is a laser light. ठीक है. It has got certain substance inside it or certain say setup inside of it, that this laser light is only going to throw radiation say of red light. ठीक है. of frequency say 700 nanometer. ठीक है. अब अगर आपको इसकी इंटेंसिटी बढ़ा देनी है लेजर लाइट की, तो दैट विल हैपन बाय इंक्रीजिंग द नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स.
So does it have anything to do with the intensity or?
नहीं, आई कांट अंडरस्टैंड योर क्वेश्चन. दोबारा बोलो.
Like जब इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इजेक्ट होते हैं तो वो फोटोन की एनर्जी से भी इजेक्ट होते हैं और काइनेटिक एनर्जी से. तो जो फोटोन की एनर्जी है, does it depend on its intensity or itself?
See, first of all, you need to be a bit more articulate in terms of your doubt. आप एक डाउट एक बार में पूछोगे तो आगे बढ़ पाएंगे ना. तो ask the first doubt first.
So that's what I'm asking. I did not understand the relation between the intensity and that energy part.
Okay. What is intensity? It is a property of light or electromagnetic radiation coming from a source.
Yes.
In layman's term, intensity is something which can be related as brightness. So आपके रूम में एक छोटा बल्ब है और एक बड़ा बल्ब है. ठीक है. That छोटा बल्ब इज छोटा वॉट का, कम वॉट का. बड़ा बल्ब इज बड़ा वॉट का. बड़ा बल्ब ज्यादा ग्लो करता है.
Yes.
That means that बड़ा बल्ब is throwing more intensity से light. ठीक है.
Yeah.
ज्यादा ग्लो, ज्यादा ब्राइटनेस, that is what intensity is. Technically speaking, ठीक है, mathematically speaking, if you ask me what will be the definition of intensity, it is the energy emitted in form of light per unit area per unit time.
Yes.
ठीक है. इतना समझ में आया?
हाँ sir.
अब क्वांटम थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट ने क्या बताया? that energy which is being emitted isn't something continuous. It is in fact made up of photons. ठीक है. So we can rewrite that energy as energy of one photon, energy of an individual photon into the number of photons that are emitted by that source.
Yes sir.
ठीक है. So intensity जो है वो अब मैं आपको यहाँ बता रहा हूँ that it is primarily dependent on actually the number of photons. तो जैसे आपका जो बल्ब है, ठीक है, वो बल्ब कोई let's say one type of red light throw कर रहा है, यानी
Yes.
एक ही टाइप के photons throw कर रहा है.
हाँ.
ठीक है. h nu photons throw कर रहा है. ठीक है.
हाँ.
अब आपको उसकी इंटेंसिटी बढ़ानी है तो आप क्या करते हो? आप इसेंशियली उसके नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स बढ़ा देते हो कि भाई ज्यादा फोटॉन थ्रो कर. समझ में आया?
Yes sir. Got it.
अब आपका कोई नेक्स्ट डाउट था इसके ऊपर?
नहीं sir.
ओके.
Thank you.
So you said that only one photon should be capable of removing an electron from the metal, right?
Yes.
So why can't two photons work together to remove? So the threshold.
Very good, very good. I was expecting कि कोई ना कोई ये क्वेश्चन पूछेगा.
Yes, sir.
And I hope other students are able to get this question. I will reiterate what Hussain had asked as a question. So Hussain ने बोला कि सर आपने अभी जो डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया, ठीक है, as per Albert Einstein, is that things are happening at an atomic scale in this way, that a photon comes and ejects electron. If photon has sufficient energy to overcome the attraction between electron and nucleus, then it ejects the electron. If it doesn't, then it isn't able to eject the electron. Okay? But can this happen that, let's say, एक photon था but उसका energy sufficient नहीं था, that came and the electron absorbed that energy, then another photon came and electron absorbed that as well, and maybe now it has that energy that it can jump out of the atom. So understand one thing, it isn't something that happens in such a manner. It is an instantaneous phenomenon, that if the photon has sufficient energy, that is absorbed by the electron and it gets ejected out of the atom. If the photon does not have sufficient energy, then ऐसा नहीं होगा कि इलेक्ट्रॉन उस फोटोन को बोलेगा कि भाई तू थोड़ी देर रुक जा मेरे पास में, एक दूसरा आने दे फिर अपन चलेंगे उड़ेंगे. ऐसा नहीं होता. What actually happens is that a lesser frequency or a lesser energy photon will just pass through. It will not interact with that electron. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने आपको लास्ट क्लास में बताया था that matter around us, ठीक है, everything around us, ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि it emits and absorb all kind of radiations. Things around us, they emit and absorb certain radiations only. ठीक है, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ये फोटोन आएगा, ठीक है, एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन होल्ड करके रखेगा कि नहीं अब दूसरा आंदे फिर चलेंगे. हाँ, अब जिन बच्चों ने बोर्स मॉडल पढ़ा हुआ है, ठीक है, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव स्टडीड बोर्स मॉडल? किसी को है कुछ नॉलेज? वेरी फ्यू, लाइक मुश्किल से 6-7 बच्चों ने हैंड रेज किया है. तो ऐसा करना, जिन बच्चों ने बोर्स मॉडल पढ़ा हुआ है, ठीक है, आप लोग जब मैं बोर्स मॉडल पढ़ाऊंगा तब वापस से मुझसे डाउट पूछना, बिकॉज देन आई विल बी एक्सप्लेन अ बिट मोर. ठीक है, ऑलराइट. सो यहां पर द टर्म फॉर व्हाट यू हैड आस्क्ड आउट, हुसैन, is called as multi-photon excitation, not even multi-photon excitation, I would say multi-photon ionization or ejection. ठीक है, ये नहीं है. It is simply one photon, one electron. ठीक है, समझ में आया हुसैन? All right. बोलो शार्दुल.
So why don't we change the type of metal to satisfy the light?
You can, no. The objective isn't to, right now understand how metal is influencing this experiment. The first
Okay.
objective is to understand that, say if we have a metal and we strike different radiations on it, then what is the observation? We find out that if it is above a certain frequency, then photoelectric effect is observed. If it is below a certain frequency, the incident radiation, then photoelectric effect is not observed. And if I increase the intensity, okay, let's say frequency is constant and I increase the intensity, then more electrons are getting ejected. Okay, but for a frequency which is below threshold frequency, okay, even
Yes,
if I make it super intense, there isn't any photoelectric effect that is happening.
Yes.
ठीक है, हाँ बोलो आदित्य.
Yes, sir. Sir, why does this phenomena happen? I mean, just by putting a beam of light on the metal, sir, how do these electrons come out?
So it is energy transfer. That is the underlying principle that is at work. That ये जो incident radiation आ रहा है, ये क्या है? This is energy getting transferred from one region to another region. Right?
Yes, sir.
अब ये जो electrons हैं, they are attracted to nucleus by some force. I can overcome that force in many ways. Maybe if I start heating the metal, then also electrons का ejection can happen, जिसको हम लोग thermionic emission बोलते हैं. ठीक है. Maybe I strike some other particles on this metal, it can also eject the electrons. Maybe I strike some light or photons on it, it can also eject these electrons. So that is what this photoelectric effect experiment is. That light is being used as that source of energy to eject electrons out of the metal atom. ठीक है, समझ में आया? बोलो देशांत.
Sir, so does that mean that one photon can only eject one electrons?
Yes, right now that is what we are going to work with. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा मैं और elaborate करूंगा आपके लिए जब मैं बोर्स मॉडल पढ़ा दूंगा, तो उस टाइम पे एक छोटा सा और पॉइंट इसमें एडिशन करेंगे, but that is still going to be keeping the conclusion same, that one photon one electron equation है ये.
Sir, so where are the rest of the photons gone?
अरे मतलब 100 photon 100 electron बोल लो ना. All I am saying is that an atomic scale, it is one electron ejecting one electron, one photon ejecting one electron. ठीक है, तो ऐसे ही दूसरे photons भी होंगे, तो वो भी दूसरे electrons को eject कर रहे होंगे.
17
Out of
25.
समझ में आया? हाँ बोलो धैर्य.
सर तो इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाने से जैसे नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन बढ़ेंगे तो फिर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बढ़ेंगे ना?
यस, बोलो जय.
Sir, why does the amount of electrons coming out depend on the frequency of light?
They aren't. They aren't. They are coming out to be dependent upon the intensity, the number of photons.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Bolo Palash.
Sir, like what do we obtain from this experiment? Like the conclusion.
हाँ, so आप एक एक करके आप समझो इस चीज को. ये जो experiment था, this was something which wasn't getting explained by the wave theory of light. It's the quantum theory of light which comes up with this explanation. So one of the most important outcome that comes out of this experiment is it helps validating the quantum theory of light. That light is made up of these photons, or the energy of light is made up of these photons which are causing this phenomena to happen. Okay? And we can understand it in a much detailed manner based on the mathematical result that Albert Einstein had proposed. That energy of photon is equal to phi plus Ke max. Phi represents the threshold energy or work function. It is the minimum energy required to eject the electron out of the atom. And Ke max will be the remaining energy imparted to the electron as its kinetic energy. ठीक है. Now यहाँ पर notice करना ये word max क्यों use करा है? The word max is used that we are assuming that there is no other form of loss of energy. ठीक है. Otherwise, the electrons can have lesser kinetic energy also because of many reasons. Because of reasons like they could be losing energy because of certain collisions, or they could be more attracted by the nucleus, which would cause their kinetic energy to be lowered. Okay, so this is something which is just a maximum value. Okay. Phi can also be thought of as ionization energy of the metal. ठीक है, phi के हम लोग बहुत सारे synonyms देखेंगे questions में. Threshold energy, binding energy, ionization energy, work function. ठीक है, खूब सारे synonyms आते रहेंगे. ठीक है, those are something which you will see as you do more problems. ठीक है. Now, अब notice करना that while solving problems, depending upon how the data is, you might come across or you might write this photoelectric effect equation in the following ways. So you might be given, rather than energy of photon, you might be given frequency of the photon. But that's all right. You can write the energy of photon as h nu. Or you might be given lambda of the incident radiation, the wavelength of the incident radiation. तो वो क्या हो जाएगा? It will be hc by lambda. ठीक है. Then यहां पे आप नोटिस करो, जो वर्क फंक्शन है हो सकता है उसका डायरेक्टली डेटा मिल जाए, और समटाइम्स यू माइट बी गिवन द वैल्यू ऑफ थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी और थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ. ठीक है, व्हाट इज दिस थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी और थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ? सो h nu नॉट, इसको हम लोग यूज करेंगे. This will be, you can say, threshold frequency was the minimum frequency below which photo current was not observed. So h nu naught कैसा हो जाएगा? It will be the energy of, say, that photon which is, you know, just capable of ejecting the electron. ठीक है, so you can write phi as h nu naught, or you can also find, write phi as hc by lambda naught. ठीक है. Now this is something which lambda naught can also be understood as threshold wavelength of the metal. ठीक है, this is the maximum wavelength. ठीक है, maximum word क्यों use कर रहे हैं? Because energy और wavelength का inverse relationship होता है. It is the maximum wavelength above which photo current is not observed. ठीक है. And then जो kinetic energy of electron है, that can be written as half mv square. M stands for the mass of electron, v stands for the speed of the ejected electron. ठीक है. सो ये टर्म्स एक एक करके आप लोग, मैं यहाँ पे जूम आउट कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो या फिर इसको एक बार अपने रफ नोट्स में लिख लो, बिकॉज इस पे बेस्ड अब मैं क्वेश्चंस आपसे डिस्कस करना चाहूंगा. ठीक है, हाउ दिस फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट इज मैथमेटिकली अंडरस्टूड. ठीक है, इन द मीन टाइम एक एक करके अपने डाउट्स भी डिस्कस कर लो. बोलो धैर्य.
सर वो लोअर हैंड करना भूल गया.
ओके, बोलो जय.
Sir, if the energy by the photon is exactly equal to the amount of energy required by the electron to move out, then there will be no kinetic energy, right?
हाँ, so
no kinetic energy will be imparted, right?
See, होता है ये हर साल, मतलब there is this boundary question condition कि सर मतलब अगर एनर्जी ऑफ फोटोन और phi लाइक बराबर बराबर है तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी तो जीरो हो गई. देन हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? ठीक है, सो यहाँ पर द बाउंड्री कंडीशन इजंट समथिंग व्हिच वी नीड टू डिबेट. ठीक है, ऑल वी आर सेइंग इज दैट if we look at the incident radiation, ठीक है, उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी को मैं चेंज करता जाऊं, ठीक है, प्रैक्टिकली सोचो इस चीज को रादर देन थियोरेटिकली। ये मेरा मेटल है, ठीक है, और ये मेरा इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन है, इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैं चेंज करता जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है, आई कैन मॉडिफाई दिस फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड आई कैन डिटेक्ट व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर गेटिंग इजेक्टेड और नॉट। नाउ एक पर्टिकुलर ऐसी फ्रीक्वेंसी मिली जिसके नीचे जाते ही, ठीक है, जस्ट नीचे जाते ही आई कांट सी फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट हैपनिंग, ठीक है, जो मेरा डिवाइस है वो मना कर देता है कि भाई लाइक इलेक्ट्रॉन्स डिटेक्ट ही नहीं हो रहे हैं। तो हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि यार ये जो फ्रीक्वेंसी होगी दिस विल बी ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल टू दिस वर्क फंक्शन, क्योंकि अगर इससे मैं थोड़ा भी ज़्यादा और फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ा देता हूँ तो आई एम इजीली एबल टू, इनफैक्ट इस फ्रीक्वेंसी पर भी और इससे ज़्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी पर भी आई एम एबल टू डिटेक्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, आई एम एबल टू डिटेक्ट फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, ठीक है। सो लेट्स से इफ energy of incident radiation h nu is equal to h nu naught or even slightly greater than that, we still consider it to be able to cause photoelectric effect, ठीक है। बोलो दक्ष।
Sir, can you tell me that if anything accelerates to space or like normal, like 3D dimensions, then does it lose energy?
नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब like say photons which are just passing मतलब through without interacting with say anything like vacuum में जा रहे हैं, तो they are going to be of that energy only.
If photons are particles, then they will interact with, they will undergo friction, no? So they may lose energy.
नहीं नहीं, तो मैंने वही तो बोला ना, अभी वो किसी मैटर के साथ में इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर रहे ना।
So but अच्छा, because it's vacuum.
हाँ, अगर ये सेटअप में हमने यही तो डिस्कस किया ना, that this all is happening inside a vacuum.
अच्छा, okay.
Otherwise there might be certain other atoms which might absorb or interact with those photons.
Sir, and if photons are particles, then how can they just pass through objects? How is that possible?
नहीं तो उनका dual nature है ना बाबा, that is what quantum theory of light talked about.
अच्छा, sometimes they act as waves, sometimes as particles.
They are going to show dual behavior, okay? That is something which is their nature. Certain observations can be explained by their particle nature, certain observations can be explained by their wave nature.
So we haven't completely found out like what exactly light is, like abhi tak.
We don't really need to find out ना, आप समझ रहे हो? We don't need to force fit a word. अब जो है reality वो है, that things around us are showing, like light is showing dual nature.
Oh, okay.
बोलो साहिल।
Sir, if E energy of the photon is equal to phi, then the kinetic energy will be 0. Then how will the ejected electron move?
अरे बाबा यही तो मैं अभी जस्ट थोड़ी देर पहले डिस्कस किया ना, क्वेश्चन जिसने पूछा था, that you don't need to worry about that boundary condition at all. ठीक है, बिल्कुल भी उस पर डिबेट करने की जरूरत है ही नहीं आपको. It isn't something which mathematically you need to rigorously get into that.
Okay.
I can provide an explanation also, ठीक है, but उसका कोई सेंस नहीं निकल के आएगा आपके लिए. The way in which we are defining, ठीक है, as per the NCERT, the way in which these threshold frequency and threshold wavelength are being defined, जैसे threshold frequency का definition है, it is the minimum frequency below which photocurrent is not observed. तो उस पर क्या बोल रहे हैं हम लोग, ठीक है, उस frequency पर photocurrent observe हो रहा है, उसके नीचे नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है, और उस frequency पर भी जो photocurrent observe हो रहा होगा इतना faint होगा, ठीक है, that we are putting that at the boundary. That's it. बोलो अजिंक्य.
So, if a photon of a certain light doesn't have enough energy to eject an electron, but in this case, is there even a slightest chance that two photons act on the same electron simultaneously to eject it out, or is it completely not possible?
See, such phenomena would be extremely rare,
Okay,
and
sir.
detecting it will be an even more challenging job.
So we just don't consider it.
हाँ, मतलब आप प्रपोज कर सकते हो, ठीक है, एंड प्रपोज करके आप अगर एक्सपेरिमेंटली वैलिडेट कर दो तो मे बी देयर इज अ नोबेल प्राइज वेटिंग फॉर यू, बट अभी के लिए, ठीक है, द करंट अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट वी हैव बेस्ड ऑन द एक्सपेरिमेंटल एविडेंस दैट सच मल्टी फोटोन, ठीक है, इस पे रिसर्च पेपर भी है, ऐसा नहीं है कि इस पे रिसर्च पेपर नहीं है, सच मल्टी फोटोन फिनोमेना आर रेयर.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, now given that you are able to grasp this much, this kind of equation and how photoelectric effect is working, maybe you can now solve one question. Okay, and the data isn't something which is like pretty or neat, so I don't mind you using a calculator right now for figuring out what will be the speed of the particles, the electron, the fastest electron that will be ejected. It isn't something which is good. Square root वगैरह निकालना है तो आप manually नहीं कर पाओगे, ठीक है, but still try and get the answer, and I'll help you understand it better. ठीक है, I hope आपको H का और C का values याद है. H is 6.626 into 10 की power minus 34 joule second, and C is 3 into 10 की power 8 meter per second SI units में, ठीक है. हाँ, बोलो कृति.
So the minimum frequency is 900 or is it 500?
नहीं, फ्रीक्वेंसी नहीं है पहली बात तो, ये थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ है.
Sorry, sir.
ठीक है, एंड दिस इज 900 नैनोमीटर.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, मास ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन का भी डेटा मैं आपको दे देता हूँ. इट इज 9.1 into 10 की पावर minus 31 kg. आया किसी का आंसर? हाँ, राइट गोपाल. ठीक है, आप इस तरीके से representation use करोगे because आपको data wavelength का दिया हुआ है. So you might want to write the energy of photon as hc by lambda. You might want to write phi as hc by lambda naught, and kinetic energy as half mv square. हाँ ठीक है, close enough. So you rearrange these things and then you substitute the data. So around 9.8 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. Right? So it is pretty fast. The phenomena happens almost instantaneously. Bolo Aravind.
So in the actual exam, will we have to perform something like this, or will there be different values?
Much easier to work with. It's
Okay.
not that. ये तो SI यूनिट्स में ऐसा चैलेंज आ जाता है कई बार वर्क करते वक्त. ठीक है, आपने यहाँ पे सब कुछ SI यूनिट्स में डालना है. ठीक है, इनफैक्ट आपने जो वेवलेंथ्स भी डाली है यहाँ पर, ये सब ऐसे कन्वर्ट करनी पड़ती हैं. They have to be written in the SI units in meters, not just nanometers.
And so I was doing those calculations yesterday for that photons and all. So like sometimes there's 19.878. Can I round that off to 19.9, or do I have to keep it in the exact value?
You can round it off depending upon what the nature of question is.
And so if it's like a question with no MCQ choices, like you have to write the answer, is it still okay if I round it up, like rounded to 1 decimal point?
उसमें आपको help मिलती है. Like in the question, the data would be mentioned कि आप ये data use करो, such that the questions become easier to solve.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. All right. So I think इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर तो सबको आया होगा समझ में, कैसे करना है. ठीक है, let me take one more question which will be, and let me remove the answer. Just give me one more minute. I'll just remove the answer, and it will be more subjective, non-numerical kind of a question. Let's see if you are able to figure it out. Try karo. Alright, so I'm getting नहीं वो if लिखा हुआ है, if if the same metal. यश, ध्रुविल, धैर्य, नचिकेत, अनुकूल, आप में से किसी का भी आंसर सही नहीं है? गौरव, रोहन, आपका आंसर सही है। कृति, वरुण नहीं, नॉट करेक्ट। शुभियन, आपका करेक्ट है। हर्ष नहीं। कैरव का करेक्ट है। आर्यन, साहिल, अजात शत्रु, राधा, सुजल, श्रवण, खुशी, नॉट करेक्ट। गोपाल, आप ऑप्शन में से आंसर करो ना। ठीक है, अभी बहुत सारे आ गए हैं। आई थिंक इतने सारे रिस्पॉन्स आ गए दैट आई एम नॉट एबल टू कीप अ टैब ऑफ किसने क्या दिया है। बट यस, द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी, डी फॉर दिल्ली, मोर देन 2K। ठीक है, किस तरीके से आप मैथमेटिकली फिगर आउट करोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा। ठीक है, आप इक्वेशन लिख के फिगर आउट कर सकते हो। ठीक है, हवा में करने की कोशिश करोगे तो यू माइट एंड अप आंसरिंग ऑप्शन बी, बट दैट विल बी नॉट करेक्ट। कैसे, यहाँ आपके सामने क्लियर हो जाएगा। सो आप नोटिस करो, यहाँ पे फर्स्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट है। ठीक है, इन विच यू हैव h nu, इंसिडेंट फोटोन का एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू 5 + k। ठीक है, एक्सपेरिमेंट 2 is when you increase the frequency, you doubled it। ठीक है, मेटल तो वही है तो वर्क फंक्शन तो उतना ही रहेगा। and then you are being asked to comment upon what will be the new kinetic energy, right? So आप क्या कर सकते हो, कैसे कर सकते हो? You will just substitute the first and the second. And यहाँ से आपको समझ में आ जाएगा that kinetic energy is 2K + 5। आप किसी और तरीके से भी फिगर आउट कर सकते थे, it's not really a problem। You could have figured out in some other mathematical way। ये just मैंने आपको एक तरीका दिखाया है, so that you are clearly able to see that the kinetic energy will be 2K plus something। It will be more than 2K। ये समझ में आया? All right, great। अच्छा, अब let me address that question of numericals, जो कि आप लोग based on the working in the last question you came across that this is something which is a cumbersome calculation। So there comes a help, which is a unit called as electron volt or EV। It's a unit of energy। This is going to help you simplify your calculations a bit more as compared to what you just did in the last to last question, when you have to work everything in the SI units। ठीक है, तो ये कैसा रहेगा? आप यहाँ पे नोटिस करो, वैसे और यूनिट्स ऑफ एनर्जी भी आपको पता ही है। कैन यू नेम मी सम मोर यूनिट्स ऑफ एनर्जी अपार्ट फ्रॉम द एसआई यूनिट, दैट इज जूल? अर्ग, यस। कैलोरी, यस। किलोवाट आवर, लाइक पावर इनटू टाइम। ठीक है, मोल कैसे बोल रहे हो यार तुम, क्या कर रहे हो रोहन? व्हाट नॉनसेंस। ठीक है, ठीक है। सो you are familiar with some different units of energy. So I am presenting in front of you another unit of energy called as EV, electron volt. Now this is something which is useful at an atomic scale. If you will notice the interconversion of how much one EV or electron volt is, it is 1.6 into 10 की power minus 19 joules. ठीक है, ये आप ध्यान में रखोगे. Now, apart from remembering this interconversion, you might be familiar with this value itself. ठीक है, ये value आपने और कहाँ पे देखा हुआ है? This is the elementary charge of an electron with a negative sign, of course. So इस EV की जो definition है, इस electron volt unit की जो definition है, जो ये result आता है of how much is one EV equal to, this is something which is related to electrons also. किस तरीके से आप notice करना है इसका definition? That one EV is defined as the kinetic energy gained by an electron when it is accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 1 volt. ठीक है, there is a potential difference of 1 volt through which electron will be accelerated. Like I have kind of hypothetical representation मैंने आपके सामने present कर रहा हूँ. Let's say एक electron है जो कि rest पर है and इसके across आप ये ऐसे potential difference apply कर रहे हो. ठीक है, 1 volt का. You have a positively charged plate, negatively charged plate. तो ये electron अब किस direction में rush करेगा? It will start moving towards the opposite charged plate and it will acquire a kinetic energy of 1 EV. Now notice करना that this is something जिसका एक generalized version भी आपके सामने मैं present कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, not just an electron but a more generalized version which comes in handy in some calculations in this chapter. ठीक है, although how it is derived, how it is worked upon, ये सब आपको 12th क्लास में जब आप इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स का चैप्टर पढ़ोगे, जब आप पढ़ोगे चार्ज क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस क्या होता है, वो सब आपको तब डिटेल में कवर करवाया जाएगा. अभी के लिए आई जस्ट नीड यू टू रिमेंबर और जस्ट नीड यू टू एक्नॉलेज such kinetic energy acquired by a particle, any random charged particle, when it is accelerated or deaccelerated through a potential difference. So एक general outcome, एक general result आप ध्यान रखोगे किस तरीके से है. Let's say you have a charged particle Q and it is accelerated, it is currently at rest, okay, or it can be in motion also. Now it is placed across a potential difference of V volts. Then this potential difference can either accelerate this particle or deaccelerate. दोनों चीजें हो सकती है ना. जैसे मान लो अभी मैंने पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस नहीं अप्लाई करा है, ठीक है, और ये पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल है एंड ये पार्टिकल लेट से लेफ्ट से राइट जा रहा है एंड इफ आई अप्लाई अ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस ऑफ V volts, then would that accelerate this particle, increase its kinetic energy or deaccelerate it? क्या गैस रहेगा आपका? Based on the simple understanding that opposite charges attract, same charges repel. मैं दोबारा क्वेश्चन रिपीट कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, say I have a positively charged particle. ठीक है, it is already moving from left to right and I apply a potential difference in this way, प्लस इधर माइनस इधर, इस तरीके से मैं अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ. तो ये पार्टिकल को एक्सेलरेट करेगा कि डी एक्सेलरेट करेगा?
सर एक्सेलरेट होगा क्योंकि मतलब उससे रिपेल भी होगा और इससे इसकी तरफ से अट्रैक्ट भी होगा।
तो इतना बेसिक आपको समझ में आया, गुड इनफ। अगर मान लो ठीक है मैं पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अभी उल्टा लगा देता, इस तरीके से लगा देता पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस, तो फिर ये पार्टिकल क्या होता, डी एक्सेलरेट होगा, राइट? वंडरफुल। So what I'm trying to say is that a charged particle can be accelerated or deaccelerated by an external potential difference. Now इसके पीछे का जो numerical calculation है, ठीक है, rather than deriving it for you, rather than getting into the derivation, I'm just directly writing it up in front of you. That delta K, that is the change in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial, is equal to mod QV. ठीक है, ये फॉर्मूला लगता है यहाँ पर। समझ में आया? डेल्टा K is equal to mod QV। ठीक है, मैंने mod का साइन क्यों लगाया है, वो भी इसीलिए लगाया है बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ साइन कन्वेंशन। ठीक है, आप ऑटोमेटिकली समझ जाओगे whether particle is getting accelerated or deaccelerated. Accordingly you can figure out whether kinetic energy will increase or decrease. अभी आपके लेवल पर इतना बेसिक्स आपके लिए वर्क कर जाएगी। ठीक है, so if I apply this over the above calculation, हाँ बोलो दक्ष। क्या क्वेश्चन है?
Sir, I did not understand this formula KE final minus KE initial. I understood how to find out acceleration or retardation, deacceleration.
Correct. क्या ये फॉर्मूला मैंने डिराइव करा है आपके लिए? मैंने डिराइव थोड़ा करा है ये फॉर्मूला, तो फिर समझ में कैसे आएगा?
अच्छा, ओके सर।
मैं एग्जैक्टली यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ that I'm not getting into that derivation right now with this formula because of the simple fact that I don't want to teach you another chapter electrostatics right now.
अच्छा, ओके सर, ओके।
अभी के लिए I'm just using that formula. जैसे कुछ चीजें ऐसी रहेंगी जो आप धीरे धीरे विद टाइम पढ़ोगे। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
हाँ, कुछ बेसिक टर्म्स जैसे अगर आपको नहीं समझ में आया तो मैं जरूर समझा सकता हूँ। ठीक है, जैसे स्वरा का डाउट है, सर कैन यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन एक्सेलरेशन एंड रिटार्डेशन अगेन। सो वापस से यहाँ पर आई जस्ट स्पेंड अ मिनट ऑन इट। आप नोटिस करो, मान लो ये चार्ज पार्टिकल पॉजिटिव है, ठीक है, एंड ये चार्ज पार्टिकल मान लो राइट से लेफ्ट जा रहा था एंड मैंने पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करा इस तरीके से, दिस इज द नेगेटिव एंड दिस इज द पॉजिटिव प्लेट, देन बताओ स्वरा क्या होगा? विल द पार्टिकल बी एक्सेलरेटिंग और डीएक्सेलरेटिंग?
So it'll be accelerating.
That the positive charge will be then attracted by the negative charge, तो इसका kinetic energy और बढ़ जाएगा। That's it. ठीक है, तो अब अगर मैं यही कॉन्सेप्ट, ठीक है, जो हम लोगों ने यहाँ सीखा है, मैं 2-3 न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस भी करवाऊंगा तो आई थिंक आपको और बेटर अच्छे से समझ में आएगा। ठीक है, इफ आई यहाँ पे नोटिस करना, अप्लाई दिस फॉर्मूला ओवर द अबव डिस्कस्ड सिनेरियो। ठीक है, ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन वाला सिनेरियो है उसके लिए मैं अप्लाई करूँ तो आप नोटिस करना काइनेटिक एनर्जी इनिशियल कितना रहेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन का 0, क्योंकि इनिशियली इलेक्ट्रॉन रेस्ट पे था. देन काइनेटिक एनर्जी फाइनल ये हमको निकालना रहेगा. व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ Q एंड V? Q is minus 1.6 into 10 की पावर minus 19 कूलम and potential difference was 1 volt, right? तो ये कितना आ गया जो काइनेटिक एनर्जी फाइनल है जिसको हम लोग 1 eV बोल रहे हैं, ये कितना आ गया 1.6 into 10 की पावर minus 19 joules. So that is how 1 eV is defined and calculated in terms of joules. It is the kinetic energy that will be acquired by an electron when accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 1 volt. Maybe we can apply it to some other particles also. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग इसको और particles पे नहीं apply कर सकते. So let's say if I ask you this question, that say you have an alpha particle which is say at rest and it is accelerated through this potential difference of 10 volts, then what will be its kinetic energy? See if you can answer this. All right, so I'm getting many answers. Some have reported the correct answer in EV units. Some have reported in the units of joules. Some have mixed up things. Okay, but that's okay. I was expecting all of this to happen. The correct answer will be 20 EV. ठीक है, किस तरीके से आप नोटिस करो? Just give me a moment. So did you guys understand the calculation? अल्फा पार्टिकल का चार्ज 2 times होगा, ठीक है, कूलम इनटू वोल्ट्स जूल होगा, एंड दैट मच जूल्स इज ईवी, ठीक है. नाउ हाउ डज दिस हेल्प अस इन सिंप्लीफाइंग अ लॉट ऑफ कैलकुलेशंस? आप नोटिस करो, जब हम फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट की कैलकुलेशंस देखेंगे तो उसमें आपको समझ में आएगा दैट यू नो एनर्जी ऑफ फोटोन, ठीक है, कैन बी रिटन एज hc by lambda, एंड SI यूनिट्स में अगर है तो हमको सब चीजें SI यूनिट्स में डालनी पड़ती है, एंड द कैलकुलेशन बिकम्स cumbersome. So a simplification that can help is if I put the value of hc and do the interconversion between joules and ev and meter and angstrom, okay, all those I'm not doing those steps in front of you, I'm directly simplifying it and writing that formula for you, that if you have to write energy of photon in the units of ev, then you can simply write 12400 upon lambda in angstrom. ठीक है, जैसे क्वेश्चन मैं आपके सामने डिस्कस कर लेता हूँ, ठीक है. लेट्स से इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन है जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी इज 1240 नैनोमीटर, ठीक है. 1240 नैनोमीटर you can quickly convert it into angstrom. This will be 12400 angstrom, ठीक है, and work function of metal is 0.5 ev. Then what will be the kinetic energy of electron in ev का units only? तो ये अब simplified calculation हो जाएगा. You can simply put the data that energy of photon is 12400 upon 12400, that is 1 ev. Phi is 0.5 ev, तो इससे आपको Ke max मिल जाएगा 0.5 ev. ये समझ में आया? How it helps in simplifying the calculations? ठीक है. All right. Then एक मिनट, let me remove the answer and then आप लोग ये क्वेश्चन ट्राई कर सकते हो, ठीक है. ट्राई दिस क्वेश्चन. हाँ, ठीक है, ऑल राइट गाइस, सो आई थिंक वी हैव ओवरशॉट द क्लास का टाइम. इसका आंसर, इसका सोल्यूशन आई हैव एम्बेडेड इसमें नीचे अपेंड करा हुआ है, तो एक बार आप लोग सॉल्व कर लो, उसके बाद में आप वैलिडेट करना. आई विल शेयर दीज नोट्स, आई विल शेयर दीज रिकॉर्डिंग विद यू एज वेल. ठीक है, बाकी फिर कल का डाउट डिस्कशन है ही सही, तो उसमें हम लोग देखते हैं आगे कैसे करते हैं. ठीक है, आई विल सेंड सम क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू टू प्रैक्टिस. ठीक है, अभी के लिए इतना ही. ठीक है, द करेक्ट आंसर्स आर 2.5 eV. ठीक है, of the metal, and the threshold wavelength is around 4960 angstrom. Okay, these are the correct answers. ठीक है, चलो, all right then, यहीं से कंटिन्यू करते हैं. Thank you guys.